All right, all right. Dave, good morning. Let's see about this money making today, huh? Let's make this thing happen. AMC getting a little bounce, trying to get frosty a little bit. Let's see. That's what I'm tracking now on AMC to move. Let's see what we're doing locally. Even though they're still screwing my charts with all the nonsense that's going on with this reverse split stuff. Well, let's move into it a little bit. All right, what do we got? Okay. All right, let's see if we can make some money today, boys. Let me know if you can hear me well. Way up trading if you're on. I'm gonna put the mic on in case you want to jump on, say anything. Let me know. Alex, what's happening, boss? One AMC 140, right? Oh, 40. All right, well. That's going to take a little while. It's going to take a little while. They might drag this thing out. Um, Patrick, I don't know. Did he? I didn't hear any news yet. It's not time. I think we're still going to $10.33. This little bounce is. I'm not really concerned with the bounce right now in AMC. Not until all orders get filled. There's a lot of buy orders down there at $10. Until those get filled, I'm looking for this thing to continue to go down. I don't know if it's a good thing if he dilutes now. I think you'd be looking at an issue. The reason I say that is because look at the price. You're gonna run out of ammo too quick. That's the fear. Well, I mean, that's also why the shorts are doing what they're doing. The lower they drop the price, the less money that can be raised. The less money that's raised, the more they lock in the idea for the company to then go bankrupt or potentially go bankrupt, which is what we don't want to see. All right, let's see what we got here. Money making opportunities, folks. Let me know, David and Alex. Let me know if you guys can hear me right now. I'm gonna make sure everybody can know what's going on out here. It's got a little bouncy bounce on AMC. Let's see. Let's see how we doing. Man, they just demolished the charts here. This looks ridiculous. But it is moving through some sell orders right now. 1198 is holding. We did get 1091, which is, again, I was looking to get into that $10 range, so we did do that. As far as that's concerned, it did hit $10. But the money is still down there. Until that money gets soaked up, in my opinion, it's still bearish. But this is the move I'm tracking right now on AMC. Alright, this is basically the type of move. I see a bounce, a double bottom, even a triple bottom before it starts to take off. But it all has to be soaked through that $10 range. We just bounced off of the top. If you notice this order block right here, if you're watching AMC, we just bounced off the top of that order block in the pre-market. So meaning that's only the tip of the iceberg. Literally the tip of the iceberg that was actually satisfied. So this thing is going to come down. 1071, we'll see how it reacts there. But again, I'm still looking at about 1033 and my baseline about 1039. Generally speaking, you'll see a wick underneath. So $10 probably flat, $10.03, $10.30 around there before you start to see some kind of a reversal. So I'm not buying anything until it actually hits that personally. All right, cool. Thanks, Alex. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's see if there's anybody playing any charts right now. Anybody trying to get in on anything? I'm gonna look around, see what kind of opportunities are out there. SPY, I don't really trust SPY at the moment until it starts to get towards that 444 mark and makes a decision. And that's going to also give me an idea of what the other blue chips and whatnot want to do, which then gives me an idea of what potential plays we can get into. I'm sure this play is running. I'm going to start pulling them up in a little bit, but better to be clear than anything. Let me see here. Let's see what we can get happening. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna hold. I'm gonna start looking at puts. The SPY. I don't see the SPY breaking 444 today. 443, 444 is very strong resistance. Very strong resistance. So in that case, we are still playing out this head and shoulders, in my opinion. So far, if we can get up higher, if we can break 444, 447 is on the table. But this is what I'm looking at. I'm gonna erase the lines for now. This is the head and shoulders pattern that we're in. We are now at this point above the 4-hour 200 EMA, which is a good sign. It does show bullishness. We also got a 921 cross on the 4-hour chart. Looks like it wants to continue. But 444 is not a game. So I'm going to see how it reacts there. But once you start seeing something, we did also just break the 800 moving average on the 15-minute, which is still bullish. So in my opinion, we need to get here. This is where all the sellers are waiting, 444, 445 max. We're in a nice uptrend. And let's see how things work out. Let me take a look at QQQ. I'm going to go and split the screen up a little bit so we can see multiple charts at once. So let's do triple screen, and we'll do... Watch that. We'll watch QQQ. Which is coming down. So if NVIDIA, I believe NVIDIA was taking a little bit of a hit. So Amazon dumping really nicely. So that would have been a good play. I don't know if we can actually rebound here, but it is a 921 cross to the downside. What's it? We're sitting at 132. 132 puts solid, would be a solid play. It is below the 200 EMA, but it is finding a little bit of support. The volume is still, yeah, it's coming down. That would have been a nice put play. Let's see what else we can get here. All right. Yeah, Amazon's coming down hard. Amazon expect to hit 120, 132. It is hitting a support line that was created back in pre-market and post-market last week. Let's see what we can get. NVIDIA is still pushing down, so QQQ is going to most likely come down with it. So NVIDIA puts would be a nice move. I say 440 easy. I'm going to pull it up on the other screen real quick. 1 minute. But be careful with NVIDIA. We know how NVIDIA gets down, but a nicer move. Yeah, 440 is looking like it did just break the bull channel, David. We talked about this the other day, that bull channel. It did lose that, so yeah, 440 is where it's at. I'm probably going to pick up some puts real quick, but these things are expensive, so let me see. I'm going for 445 a contract. Let's see. Yeah, they're a little pricey. I might have to go a little further out. Yeah, we'll leave NVIDIA alone for now, just in case. NVIDIA is a monster. I'm very positive that's going down to 440. However, you just never know with NVIDIA. So, playing the upside is usually the smarter move for NVIDIA. People have gotten smoked in the past in this thing, and I don't want to be I've also gotten smoked on this, so I'm not trying to do that again. You know, it's like touching a hot stove. You don't touch that thing multiple times. Yeah, SPY is looking to go, actually. Look at this. It's still pushing. 444 calls would be nice. NVIDIA's trying, QQQ is trying to turn around as well. We're going to get a couple indicators up, some support lines. I don't need 1348. I'm going to just stick with the 921. Now let's see. I'd like to see the support lines and also Amazon is trying to hold that 132 mark, but if it breaks, it's going to come down a little lower. 132.58 is what I'm looking at. That's the smooth moving average. If it breaks 132 on a closing candle, which is going to be in about a minute and a half, it's going to come down a lot lower. AMC just getting the bounce, like I mentioned before. Nothing really exciting about AMC's movement. Sellers stepping in already, ready to push this thing back down. 1039 is my next level, my next target to the downside. QQQ is coming down. Let's see what else we can find here. And there's a drop on AMC, minus 442, selling off. Just like we talked about, it's going to break through this order block and it's going to get sent down. There was a little bit of a tweezer bottom here that tried to overtake it this morning, but it's not going to be to any avail. We'll see new lows in a few minutes. 444 was that spot there. NVIDIA still dumping. Yeah, those puts would have been up real nice, but they're just too damn expensive. You just never know with NVIDIA. So 440 is a target. Remember I said that. Tesla, you asked about Tesla, Alex. Let me double check Tesla real quick. So I'm going to pull that up next to NVIDIA. All right, let's do, no. We'll leave NVIDIA for a little bit. Let's check out Tesla. Whoa, Tesla. All right. So, Alex, it's actually touching a couple different spots. Some orders here looking like this wants to reverse back around. It is in a, let's see, bearish formation. So, it's filling orders down here. It's a possibility that it's going to continue to fall a little further. Let's see the 5-minute. 5-minute 921 cross to the downside. Trying to hold above the 200 EMA on the 5-minute chart. That's probably going to fail. I'm expecting it to come down to about 237. Maybe a bounce off the smooth moving average, which sits at about 236 and 80 cents. So that's where we should see a bounce. If that breaks 236.80, I'd play puts all the way down to about 234. Hey, what's happening, Luke? I have not received mine, so I'm still still waiting on it right now. And I figured this was going to happen. I think you were on Friday. We talked about the delay that's most likely going to happen on this thing. They're going to be scrambling, and they're going to try to shake people out of these shares on AMC in order to have people to deliver them back to. So the more they shake people out, the more opportunities everybody gets scared and dumps and sells, which is going to give them opportunity to fill in the people that are holding. In my opinion. I mean, that's not financial advice or anything like that. However, that's what I'm expecting to happen. It just the same way it happened with Ape originally. You know, they couldn't find shares because they didn't exist. NVIDIA is still dumping. NVIDIA, Tesla. Let's take a look at Apple, see what's happening with the blue chips. Add Apple to the list. Ooh, okay. So somebody's not telling the truth here. We got SPY. Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. SPY is now choosing a side. SPY is dumping. Amazon is dumping. QQQ is dumping. SPY is about to break the 21 moving average on the 5-minute, so it's coming back down. Yep, it was a bull trap. I hope nobody played calls because it's coming down. Everything is coming down. It's all put season. All right. Yeah, I have Weeble. I didn't see it on Weeble earlier on. I'll double check in a little while, see if anything's changed, but still nothing showing up right now. Apple, 5 minute coming down. Tesla coming down. Nvidia still coming down. 440 puts is going to be on the money, I'm telling you. GME, let's take a look at GME real quick. I'm going to add that next to AMC because I don't expect anything spectacular coming out of AMC right now. So let's put that up next to AMC. That's going to sit like that for a while. GME, I got HKD still on tap right now. Let's see what they're doing on HKD as well. I'll check that in a few minutes, but let's do GME for now. GME. All right. Okay, GME at almost 18 bucks. All right. Let me get rid of this for now. Something's up with that. Whoa, okay, GME at an 8. Okay. All right, now we're talking about moves on GME. Let's see what we got here. This is what I was talking about with GME. It's gonna go straight up when it gets tight. It looks like it might have found that triple bottom setup it had off the $16 mark, and there's no sellers here till about 1872. So yeah, GME can make about a 20% move today. But we got to remember that there's I think there's some things happening. Look at this volume coming in on GME. Wow, GME. All right, it's getting exciting a little bit for GME. Look at that. It's still coming in. Yeah, GME can hit 19 today. We'll see. We might see a 10% move on GME today. But the thing is that Chewy has earnings this week, so you know how that goes. They kind of run together. So there's gonna. If I take a look at Chewy, I haven't looked at Chewy yet. I think Marv Dog in the group was talking about going long on Chewy today. So it's possibility there's something happened in correlation just based off of that. Let me just take a look and see how Chewy's doing. So he posted in his notepad that he's gonna go long Chewy today. Chewy, how are they doing today so far? Chewy up about 1%, nothing major. But they have earnings coming this week, so anytime Ryan Cohen's in the news, you know that something's gonna happen with GME. Unfortunately, BBBY didn't suffer they suffer the fate. But it is what it is. But yeah, there's no sellers on GME right now until all the way up at 1872. So that's where you're going to start seeing resistance from the sellers. But this thing is looking really good because that volume is coming in hard. Luke says, has my conviction changed on the play? It has not changed on the play. Not at all. In my opinion, it's still going to make its run. It's just going to be slowed down. In my opinion right now, also as I mentioned before, is we're at the level where they need to be thinking about covering. Now they're not gonna do it all at once. They're gonna just trickle it out and basically kind of play in my opinion, gonna play a defensive move. You know, you move, I move type of thing. They're gonna watch what the company's doing in terms of raising capital, how the idea for continuing to bring in new revenue and how the revenues are doing, the profits they're bringing over the next couple of quarters. So they're gonna play it smooth. They're going to hold as well. Just like retail is holding, they're going to hold their side as well because everyone thinks they're right until they're not. So that's what I foresee happening. They're going to wait quarter for quarter, slowly exit their positions as the company starts to build up. So it won't be a huge run. It can be, but there's nothing to make them scared right now. The longer they hold it down, the less access to capital AMC has. which is a less opportunity for them to become profitable because they're going to be eaten alive by cash burn and what they're wasting money on in terms of covering their debts on a monthly basis. So, it's a toss up right now, to be honest. At the same time, they have their costs, but these guys are wizards at making money. So don't think that because of the fact that they may have 1,000% interest rates on XYZ, that they're not making billions of dollars elsewhere to cover the cost in order to prove that they're right. So there's an ego thing happening as well on that side too. So that's what we need to be paying attention to. Really, at this point, it's real profitability we're looking for from the company. The GME hanging around a little bit. Nice little move that made today. Yeah, them Nvidias could have made some nice money. It's a little expensive. I just don't trust playing Nvidia. I've played it a couple times. I've made some money on Nvidia, but I've also lost money on Nvidia. So, and the contracts are just so expensive. So you got to be careful. If you're gonna, you got to be 100% right. If you're gonna put up 2 contracts, you'll be in a G already on 2 contracts. So I normally like to play 10 contracts in situations like that, because so I can go about my trimming idea. So I got to be really careful with that. So maybe 1 or 2 at most, but Nvidia does control a lot of the market. So I usually will look for sympathy plays. I also look for the QQQ to respond when Nvidia is dumping. Much cheaper. You can play different dates and so on. So it's not just about picking the actual stock. It's about picking, looking at also sympathy moves and other things that may fit your criteria. Let's see what else we got going here. But yeah, Luke, I'm still seeing all-time highs. It just ain't gonna be this week. It's 'cause I'm looking now all-time highs probably in the next year, most likely August 2024. And I'll show you what I'm looking at now. Again, these charts are still all screwed up, and this is part of the manipulation side of it. Retail only has access to but so much information, and they know that. They're going to exploit it. But the move I'm looking at now, and if you guys are watching, I'm watching a repeat setup. It won't be a quick move up. We're still within the same patterns. Very similar patterns. I'm not going to say the same, but very similar patterns in the past. However, we are still within our descending broadening wedges. They timed it so perfectly. I mean, the play was ready to run. I mean, I had it mapped out. The play was ready to run. I mean, it was the perfect spot for them to break it. Because schematically, just using Wyckoff methodology and everything in between, the play was ready to run based off of the position that we had a couple weeks ago. That was the move. And they stopped it at the perfect time. Now, break of the smooth moving average here. This gray line on the 4-hour, 6-hour, all of those hours is what causes squeeze moves. And when we broke it the first time, that's why we ran 100%. We were above it, ready to retest it and break it a second time. They slammed it. Now that was the idea for a spring move. The spring is generally 1 shot down, retest the underside, second as a retest, and then you go. But what they did, we did get that retest slightly, but again, they just immediately flushed it, using, in my opinion, like I mentioned before, naked shorting. However, now we're sitting in a position where we get this type of an action. We're still, in my opinion, still playing these descending broadening wedges. We have the multiple. We have 2 descending broadening wedges. I'll make this a little bit bigger. I posted this in the group, but I also share it with you guys here. Give me a second here. Clean this up a little bit. A lot going on. All right. Let's see. Let's get rid of the indicators for a moment. Okay. Now, this is the move I'm looking at. It's basically descending broadening wedge. Hopped out. We got the squeeze, which basically broke the descending broadening wedge. A retest. markup, which was the phase that we got in the $72 run back in June. We played the entire way down this larger descending broadening wedge. We're hitting this particular point right now. 1033, which would be a retest of the top of the descending broadening wedge on the super macro. This guy here. From there, we'll bounce, retest a second time, and start to make our way back up toward the midline, which is in the mid-20s, 22, 23, 26. But also, we're in a larger, rather than an uptrend that what I was tracking in the past, in my opinion now, based on what I'm seeing with this action, we are in pretty much a channel, just back and forth. Double top since the beginning of AMC's inception. The squeeze of 2022, of 2021 in June, was basically a false breakout of this larger channel. Descending broadening wedge, it fell through, broke the channel, came back inside, and now we're playing the bottom end of the channel, which is basically what happened back when AMC started to before it squeezed. So now we're basically, in my opinion, now we're sitting in this spot. Hold on a second, let me get rid of this music. This thing. Don't need to hear this. There we go, leave that. Alright, so what I'm seeing here is that we are in a setup. Let's see, where's my brush tool? There we go. So this is where we're at now. We are basically repeating this move. It seemed like that before. It was a smaller iteration of it back up here. However, they demolished this. They got rid of it. They said, hey, no way. We're going to slow this down. We're not ready. So what they did was they repeated this flush that we got right in this area here. That's the flush. So they repeated the flush, and now we're basically rebought back into this spot. This flush didn't move down. We're looking to play this same exact pattern that took place on the larger descending broadening wedge. We're just doing it over again. Now, this is all based upon computers. People are not behind this on the other side trying to control this. So on an emotional tip, we're looking at it as like, what the hell's going on? But from a computer standpoint, the computer doesn't care one way or the other. It's just making the moves it needs to make. So AMC is going to continue to come down. It's going to do this exact same move and just repeat the pattern that it's been through. You know, I typically don't really believe in fractals because I'm more of a technical analysis guy. However, in this case, this is no longer technical analysis. This is now just a game that they're playing, an intricate game that they're playing with retail, in my opinion. You know, I hate to use the manipulation word, but it is what it is at this point. Because if the move should have already happened, this is no longer a real technical play anymore. It's all computerized. So most other stocks we can forecast this stuff, but on this one, they're just playing a game. So here we go. This is what I'm looking at. Would be still in the descending broadening wedge. We repeat this, hit the midline, double bottom, come back, bottom 2 more times, and then we squeeze. And this won't take place until August 2024. Well, July 2024 would be the peak, in my opinion, because we'd push through. And then from there, we'd be looking at a full markup phase at the end of 2024, which is December 2024. So I'm going to make a full video about this a little later on. I'll post this on YouTube. I'll probably use a clip from what we just did now in order to kind of move it forward. But, yeah, this is what we're talking about. But we got to make some money in the meantime, right? So let's see what else we got going on some of these other plays, y'all. I'm still expecting, like I said before, it's coming down to 1033. I'm not expecting it to turn around at any point before that. SPY, what are you doing? SPY coming down, trying to hold that 21 EMA, which it is on the 5-minute. A lot of sellers still coming in on QQQ. Already had 921 cross to the downside. Amazon looks like it can continue downward. If it doesn't bounce off of 132.15, it's coming down further. Okay, you might hear me now. Sorry about that. I might have had it on pause for a second, I believe. All right. Anyways, I was saying that yeah, you're right. Spy's in the real do or die spot right now. Let me go back to Spy. If the blue chips are all coming down, there's no way Spy can continue to move up. This is not gonna happen. So QQQ is really telling the real story. This is the move. So QQQ is telling the real story. Amazon's coming down, retested 132. I'm looking for 132.15 to break. You got Apple still coming down. You got Nvidia still coming down. You got Tesla still coming down. So there's no way the SPY is going to go up. It's just not going to happen. But thanks for letting me know, David. Let me know if I'm good. I'm good and clear now. Moderna. So the healthcare sector is probably the only thing is moving that should probably be moving this SPY up, or at least holding the SPY. I'll double check the banking sector also to see if there's anything happening there. So banking is really not making any waves right now. Nothing really major. Actually, I'll take that back. Banking is actually doing pretty good. Yeah, we're seeing some nice banking happening. So banks and a little bit of some of the healthcare sector is actually holding up the SPY. QQQ is telling the real story of the blue chips right now. So SPY can actually continue to move because of the strength of the banking system. UBS up 2.14%. Deutsche Bank is up. Goldman Sachs is up. Everything is up. Wells Fargo up. So the banks are doing really nicely right now. So that's why we got the move on SPY. So to answer your question, David, let me take a look. Because of the strength of the banking sector, the only issue that I'm seeing right now is the SPY is moving up again on decreasing volume. So that's usually a bearish sign. And on the 5-minute, it's trying to see if it can hold above the 9 EMA, which is a tough spot to be in. Let's see. So if it's right now getting a lot of wicks from the top end. In my opinion, it's going to be it's going to be time for puts in a minute. It is below the 9 EMA on the 5-minute time frame. And if it breaks that 21 EMA at 442.20, yeah, puts would be the move to the downside. There's just no way it can sustain this move up only simply on banks. The blue chips have higher market caps, and those are the ones that are dumping off right now. So I'm expecting, if we get this continuation to the downside for Nvidia, which I'm expecting to touch 440, Tesla to come down probably to 236 if it can't hold this area. It's going to try. But 236 I'm expecting on Tesla. And Apple's going to try to hold it. If not, if it fails this area, I'm expecting it to come down to about 177. So we'll see. But if those don't hold, SPY's got to come down. It's just banks can't do it all alone. So I would be looking at puts in this situation. Watch for volume. If volume starts to pick up as the price is going down, that's the direction it wants to go, and it's above the signal line while the price is falling, and it's trying to maintain the 21 EMA. If it breaks that 21 EMA, it's a quick scalp of puts to the downside. I'd be looking for, let's see, (20-minute), 15-minute. I'd be looking for 441 puts to be on the safe side. But we got to see what happens on the 5-minute. I'm looking for, you need for it to be confirmed to break the 21 EMA, or at least on the 5-minute, to be sure on the puts. So right now, be careful. Amazon's trying to fight and hold that 132.15 mark. So if Amazon goes down, it's all going down. All right, Moderna. I'm a happy guy. Moderna. My average on Moderna is $98.27. So 15% up. To a lot of people, that $100 is a psychological level on this. That could go down way down lower in the future, but I'm looking to hold this one for a while. Set my stop losses a little higher up, and then from there, if it decides to dump to $20, go ahead. I'll be out by then. So be careful if you're trying to play that bounce off of Moderna. But this is the targets I have of Moderna for the 3-day chart. It is in a bullish setup, which is a bullish reversal pattern. We hit the optimal target at $100.62. This is basically what I bought in the spring zone, $98, and looking to push towards 130, maxing out at roughly about 155. So I'll be up by about 50% on my position by that time. That might take a few months, but I'm willing to hold on to it. Hey, Dave. Apple making a little bit of turnaround right now. Yeah, Nvidia is struggling. I haven't taken any plays yet. Anybody getting into anything? Yeah, somebody's bluffing. Here goes SPY pushing because Amazon, Apple is now starting to push up. So Apple might be carrying some things here. Get off. Out. Get out.
The sound of an ice-cold Corona is music to my ears. Oh, run that back. Dope. Now drop that beat. And hit me with the hook, player. Hey, whatever you do with your fine life.
Oh boy, sorry about that. All right, I'm back on. So, apologize for that on the mic. So Alex, I'm looking at 39.55. Let's see. You need to break above $40. You're sitting right on. That's why I'm looking right at the in this order block here. They're trying to hold a psychological level of $40, but the nine you need to break is $40.21. If you break $40.21, you're looking at another push, possibly to about $42.19 on this reversal pattern. This is a bullish dragon, which is a style of pattern, which is a squeeze style pattern. This is what shows up on GME and a lot of different places. AMC had it when they dumped it. They didn't want this move to play out, so they dumped it off. But it's in a spot that it can really start making some moves as if it busts through 40. If it eats this order block, look out for 40.21. Once 40.21 breaks, 40.53. After that, I'm watching $43. Easy. No real sell orders at that point until you get to about 45. So $43 is possibly a high possibility of getting to today. So this might really start making some moves. I wish we would have caught this one a little earlier. How long have you been watching this one for? Did you get any calls, or is it just are you on shares? Mount up. Let's check out SPY real quick. Ooh. I don't know, SPY. SPY is above the mark. SPY can actually hit 447. Alright, SPY. I might have to get in some calls on SPY, guys. I might have to get in some calls on SPY. SPY is looking like it might want to make a move, guys. SPY just crossed over positive volume on the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, I think I'm about to get in some calls. Let's see, Apple. Let's check out Apple real quick. I don't know. Everything is so trappy right now. I don't trust SPY under 444, but it's in a bullish setup. Blue chips are starting to turn around. Here goes Nvidia pushing. David, to answer your question, it's a possibility. Only thing is it'll be short because it's still above the 9 EMA. If it breaks the 9 EMA, then I'd be like, all right, puts. It's time for puts. It's on the momentum style move. That'd be an opportunity. But right now, you're kind of playing this move. If you find support, it's a possibility. But you got to watch this spot where it's at right now. So that'd be somewhere in the 179, 179.60 mark, potentially coming down to 179.28. So it'd be very, very short puts. But if not, what I'm looking at most likely is going to be some sort of a cup and handle type of move where it comes out of this thing and it pushes. So right now it's in a very key spot. If it holds 179.60, my way is still looking up, but you still have this again, this bilateral triangle that's kind of playing itself out here. Yeah, I'm not gonna take it. I need Apple. I need to watch Apple. Everything is real trappy right now. I'm not gonna just hop in like that. However, SPY is in a bullish setup. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Definitely. SPY is, if SPY continues to hold here, I may have to, because the sellers are all waiting up here, 445. Volume. The only problem I have is the volume is not doing anything. I don't want to force a trade. That's the last thing you want to do, is force any trades. That's how you lose. So, you got to remember that as well. Let's see how it reacts here at 442.89. It's going to come back and retest. If it holds, I need to see some volume start coming in. But that's my line in the sand on the SPY, which is basically a retest of the 9 EMA on the 5-minute. So yeah, momentum is starting to change on all the blue chips. Nvidia is ready to push, trying to go ahead and test the 200 EMA. And Tesla's about to get looking for a 921 cross to the upside after basically filling up all these buy orders down here. We'll see how SPY reacts. Again, I'm looking for it to hold 442.89. If it starts to hold and I start to see some volume coming in, it'll be time for some calls. Possibly 445 calls would be the move. High possibility. Maybe even closer to the money, 444 calls to be on the safe side. But I need, if it holds here, I'm watching volume and I'm watching the price. But Apple looks bullish. The only reason I think it came down is because of the psychological level of 180. It is trying to hold the 21 EMA. If it breaks that, then that changes everything. So we're in a very, very trappy spot on the market right now. So be careful on either one that you play, or get in, get out type of moves, you know. Let's check out. So we'll watch that. Let's see if there's anything new in AMC. GME at 18 bucks, still kind of holding. AMC got a little bit of a little bouncy bounce thing going on here. Yeah, just trying. I'm still not convinced. I'm still thinking it's coming down to $10.30. You know, it's just it was in a setup here for a reversal potentially, but very trappy nonetheless. Let's check out the 15-minute. Still hasn't broken the 15-minute 21 EMA, which is basically the 30-minute EMA on the 21-minute is weird. Haven't received share settlement. Yeah, me neither. Still have not received it. So as far as AMC is concerned, I have not seen a break above the 21 EMA on the 30-minute chart. Until that happens, it's still bearish to me. And it's going to continue to push down in that same pattern before we start to see these patterns that I already kind of laid out for you guys here. So until that happens, it's still bearish. So I'm waiting for 21 EMA to break. Once that breaks and I start to see some volume coming in, and I'll be convinced. But it did touch the $10 mark that I was looking for. Not as low as I was looking for, but it is trying to push here. So we'll see how the 30-minute reacts on AMC. SPY is again testing. I need to test and hold 442.89. And right now it is coming down and looks like it potentially might try to break it. Let's double check on the oscillators. Yeah, everything's kind of overbought right now on the SPY, so it might start to break down. What time is it? Yeah, it was supposed to be market open today. I was saying earlier, they're probably gonna screw up on this thing because there are no shares. Where you getting these things from? You got the only way to get shares out of people's hands to deliver them to who needs them is to scare people out of selling their shares. And I don't know about you, but I'm not selling. not for no dollar and 10 cents. I'm good. I'm holding this thing till the wheels fall off. So yeah, they're gonna have a lot of trouble delivering those shares to people that own them or are supposed to receive them. So the only way is to either scare people out of them to sell low, or run the price up. The idea for the path of least resistance, which in my opinion is gonna be up in a little bit. So yeah, here comes SPY dumping. 9 EMA just failed. It failed the line I told you about. If it fails the 21 EMA, it's gonna come down. I'm looking for a retest possibly to about 441. I have a line here, 441, 440. Puts could be the play in a little bit. We need to break that 21 EMA again. I think we'll see. Yeah, I'm not really entering. Here go the QQQ is doing the same thing, dumping off. Same thing on Amazon. They're all moving pretty much in tandem right now. How is Nvidia looking? Nvidia is trying to find its way up, but it also was shot back down. Tweezer top off the 21 EMA on Nvidia. Tesla coming down. Apple's trying to hold that level. Apple could be puts. This is what you were looking for, David. So Apple just broke that bilateral triangle. It's playing a larger bilateral triangle now to the downside. It's about to lose the 50 EMA. It could possibly come down to a 178 or 179. So quick puts could be the play here, but you got to be careful. You got to be quick. It did get a 921 cross to the downside on the 5-minute chart. So yeah, here comes the SPY about to break the 21 EMA, and just broke it. It's puts all day, everybody. If it closes here, it got 3 minutes on this candle. If it closes here, it's puts. We need to see a confirmation closing candle. You don't take them earlier, that's how you get faked out. You need this confirmation closing candle below the EMA line. From there, the second confirmation would be an actual cross of the 21 and the 9 EMA to the downside. That will confirm downside movement. But right now, this is the same pattern that's playing out on all charts. And we're about to get this confirmation in a little bit. We're underneath the 21 EMA on everything. Amazon's still dumping. If QQQ doesn't hold here at 365.53, everything's coming down. All of it. Let's see. Everything is trappy right now. Yeah, they come quick. They come quick. That was a straight up bull trap. So you can see how everything has that U shape to it. Once it broke that 442.89, that's what I was talking about earlier on the SPY, and now has broken this 21 EMA. It still needs 2 minutes to confirm the downside move, but there's basically no more momentum to the upside right now. Everything is still coming down. I like to keep JS trend candles up because it gives me an idea of momentum. Blue stands for positive momentum to the upside. Red candles basically obviously means red selling pressure. So there's no more momentum. It's downside pressure, selling pressure. So JS trend candles is another one to add to your charts if you're using TradingView. I recommend it definitely. It's quick to see it. You can make quicker decisions, and it helps me out tremendously. AMC trying to do something. Yeah, we'll see. Trying to do something. Yeah, but Devon, you got to be careful with them. The red candles, them FU can I call them FU candles, and they come in hard. When they come in hard, they come in hard. 440 puts I talked about earlier should start printing on the SPY. Well, all the blue chips coming down, there's no way the SPY can survive. I know banks are doing pretty good right now, but it's just not going to happen. Apple now broke that level, David, so if you were entering into those puts, it would have been a great time to do so. Because now it has broken that bilateral triangle. It's most likely coming down to 178, or looking to even go lower to potentially touch 178.58, which is the 200 EMA on the 5-minute chart. Let me see how Chewy's doing. Is Chewy make a move yet? Chewy has earnings coming up this week, so I gotta keep an eye on that. One of the guys in the group is going long, so I just want to keep an eye. Yep, Chewy's starting to make this move already. 144, 921's crossed to the upside. Is in bullish territory. Looking for $26.33 to potentially break. Next target from there would be $27. So we'll see how Chewy goes. Let me go and make sure you got the. I don't know if he's on. I don't think he's working. So. Ooh, wow. Chewy on a 2-hour just broke the 21 EMA. Yeah, Chewy's looking all right. Chewy might make some moves. Chewy might make some moves going into earnings. SPY still coming down. QQQ still coming down. Amazon's trying to find support. That line at 132.15 is pretty strong. That's 1, 2, 3 tests for Amazon. I mean, the overall trend is still downward, but it is finding some support on the 5-minute. But man, watch out for this 921 cross about to take place on the SPY. Yeah, 443 is not a game on SPY. That 443 on the daily chart is crazy. It's been rejected from there on several occasions. So we look at the longer time frame, we look at the actual chart overall, you really can see it. But right now we're looking to start to play that head and shoulders out in a little bit. That head and shoulders plays out. This thing is coming down hard. All right, let's see what else we can make happen here. 442.13 is trying to hold for SPY. I am still not in a play yet, but I'd rather be safe than sorry because it's bull trappy everywhere. Yeah, nothing right now. It's just too much back and forth. You can't really like find a level that really is worth playing. So yeah, Divine, it's better safe than sorry, man. Sometimes the best play is no play. Real talk. You know, sometimes the best play is no play. What's really making moves though today? GNS. GNS up 38%. Yeah, that's a move. Not a bad move at all. 38% move on GNS. What else is up? Yeah, this GNS could push. It can keep going. Let me see the volume. Volume is kind of lagging right now, so we're not really pushing. The volume is really much lower at this point. Looks like it's in the zone of reversal or price reversal zone. Sold off right here. A lot of orders are waiting to sell it. It looks like it might come down to retest my target one at 188. Yeah, it might reverse now. It might be a little too late to catch the move. I mean, if you could play puts on it, it'd be quick, but it is still a bullish stock overall. But yeah, a lot of stuff is wasn't really solid today. I don't really see anything to be bullish. As far as puts, David, let's see. I mean, right now it got the bounce. It's in that unilateral, that bilateral triangle, a larger one than we talked about earlier. The puts move would have been quick, but right now it looks like it's reaccumulating to go back up again. I'll make it a little larger here to see it. Here's your setup. There's a triangle. Came up, dropped, played the bottom of the triangle, came up, played the bottom of the triangle again, and now it's trying to push back up. However, it needs to, if it reclaims, it's underneath the 90 EMA, so technically still bullish. Sorry, it's still bearish, but it depends. I would wait, if you're going to enter in, I would wait till it comes back and retest the 90 EMA, which is somewhere around 179.28. But this downside move is on low volume, so it's tough to call right now. The trend is still overall upwards since the bottom, so the trend is upwards. It's not ready to come down to test the 90 EMA yet. The 200 EMA. So right now you're kind of in a no man's land situation. You really can't pick a direction yet. Everything is, like I was saying, everything is kind of bull trappy. So you might get in for a call technically in this position, but in reality you're still in put territory until it breaks below and makes a new low on the day. The new low on the day would be at 178, and it looks like it's a possibility that the puts could play out right now. It broke. There we go. So there you go. Downside move is going to go test the 200 EMA. I'd look for 178 puts to the downside. So right now you did break the triangle. You're out of it. It's bearish. It's puts. It's going down. There it is. There it is. It's very it definitely is unpredictable today. Yeah, that's how it's moving so erratic right now, man. You got to be careful today. That's why I didn't enter anything today. It's just everything is kind of unsure what it wants to do. But that put is flying down right now. Yeah, 178 puts have made some money right there off that dump. But that's the break. It broke the bilateral triangle. It's out of it. Puts it was the full move. I'm expecting it to bounce off of the 200 EMA, 178.50 somewhere around there. Possibly even lower if it breaks below that. So yeah, that's how it is, man. That's how it is. These moves are quick today. Market's still coming down. Nvidia's still coming down. GNS trying to push again. Let me double check DIA. I've been meaning to double check this. This is really bleeding off. It's gonna be a long move. Yeah. But DIA puts would be nice to the downside. 343 for next week, maybe. Actually, for this week, it'd be nice. So let me grab a couple of these. And I'm going to go on DIA puts now. 343 puts for me. Have a level sitting here, 345. It'll break. I'm expecting target 1 to touch at least. So they're saying AMC's making a move. Oh yeah, what we got going on? And let me double check. Oh, okay. All right, AMC. Yeah. All right, AMC trying to make a little something happen. All right. Okay. Alright, so AMC's trying to make a move. I still don't buy it. It's going to be quick. This is an Adam and Eve pattern. Let's enter my position for DIA. I'm going to focus on that for now because I don't think AMC's ready yet. I know a lot of people want it to go, but it's still a little early. 343 puts on DIA. Let's go. That's a solid move, in my opinion. Wait for it to test it. I'm going to probably add to it. Let it test the 21 EMA, get rejected, and I'll jump back in. Jump in a couple more. They're not too expensive, only 90 cents on the contracts, so that's going to be my play. So I'm throwing that out there to you guys, in case you want to take it. Start making a little money today. It's already 11 o'clock and they make no money. It makes me uncomfortable. Let's see here. All right, let's see. Might add a little bit more. It's going to test a 9. All right, a nice little up thrust. Let me start to enter my position. Let's see. Let's see. DIA is in 343s. Puts for Friday. All right, that's free money right there. It made it too easy. Waiting for the 921 cross to the downside to occur in just a few minutes. Once that goes, it's not going to break the 90 EMA. It's not going to hold 345.75. It's going to come down, and once it does, we're going to be good. So 90-cent average, 343. Let's go. That's usually how it is, man. They wait for you to sell, right? And all of a sudden, boom. Let's see those puts. Yeah, those puts. You know what? Look at this fake out though. It's trying to David. It's trying to reclaim the. It's reclaiming the channel, but now we're in another type of pattern here. We are in a little bit of a bull flag. So be careful of that too. So everything is just kind of like crazy right now. I don't know if I trust anything, but actually not even a bull flag. It looks like almost a falling wedge to a degree, maybe, possibly, maybe, because volume is on a downtrend. As the price is coming down, volume is also coming down. So this means that it wants to continue up. So it's still bullish. It's just that it's going through a phase right now. It's going through a little phase. So let me get rid of a couple of lines here. TTM. Okay. Yeah, it's going through a little phase, but it is technically still bullish. It's a little steep. I'd say it would be more like this. Yeah, maybe more of a channel. Not really a falling wedge. Possibly a channel. So yeah, this is still bullish. It wants to continue up. So you got to be quick. You can't really hold anything too long here, or else you're gonna get zapped. So if that's the case, how's the SPY looking? Because Nvidia again wants to push back up. 9 and 21 EMAs are trying to curl here. Tesla's trying to double bounce off the 200 EMA. So these things are wanting to come back up. And goes DIA. Free money. What I tell you. There goes DIA. This is going to be 100% of y'all. I'm just letting you know. DIA is going to come down. I'm waiting for 345.23 to break. That'll be smooth money. Order block rejection. It's coming right back down. All right. SPY at 441. Ouch. 921 cross confirmed to the downside. Ouch. We might see 440 today. Yeah, Apple's crazy, man. Apple. I mean, a lot of them are right now. You got to be careful. That's why you got to pay attention to the larger moves. Apple definitely is a slow one, but you know, when it's in the trend, it's in the trend. If it's not, it's not. But overall, long term, I think Apple, you know, it's Apple, and it's gonna be it's the majority of the market, very heavily weighted. So but you got to be in and out. But right now, the general market is not sure what it wants to do. So Apple can't do everything by itself. So the overall trend right now is bull trap, bear trap because we're in a very tight spot between 440 on the SPY and 444. As long as we're in there, we're range trading. Nobody's gonna win. Bulls are not gonna win. Bears are not gonna win. We're gonna just sideways grind, and nobody's gonna be able to make any real money. So just expect the fake outs to happen in both directions until a real move or decision is going to be made. Let me double check DIA. DIA is coming down. That would have been free money right there. I'm just letting y'all know. Free money right there. DIA is going to come down. It's going to come down to 434. 343. That's my target, and that's my entry. So I'm waiting to take my majority of profits there, but I'm already going to start trimming. I'm up 10% on these calls, so I'm going to start trimming a couple contracts here. Sorry, on these puts, excuse me. So I got 10 of those. It's going to back out. Slowly take my profits in case of a rogue FU candle just does one of these moves and decides to just go haywire. I'll be already out. I already have some money in my pocket. Something like this just happens all of a sudden and then wants to just break upwards. But that's why I trim. And that's why I encourage trimming contracts throughout the entire move. SPY, here goes. Yep. This is not SPY. This is Apple. Apple is still struggling to try to get back into that bilateral triangle. So, yeah. It's not looking good. It still wants to go test the 200 EMA. So that's where it's going. So yeah, you were right on that one, man. Just you can't get all the profits. But you did make some money on that though, right, Dave? Did you get out or did you sell a loss? Oh, Divine, my bad. I missed that question there. Do you ever sell options to collect premium? Like, yeah, I do. I do it a lot. Well, here and there. I'm more so a trader on the other side, on the other tip, buying and selling. But on some shares that I own, I may do some covered calls. I do cash secured puts, depending on whether or not I want to hold the stock or not. But it's a good way to create some income, definitely. But I typically like to do my buys and sells just straight up, just for active income. But that DIA play, guys, that would have made you some quick money because it's coming down quick now. But yeah, you out. So you out altogether. You took a profit or you take a loss? Just checking. It's all good. Everybody takes a loss here and there. Just as long as it's a small loss. But that DIA would have been some free money. I'm just telling you. You know, call that one out. And I'm already up now 15%. So I'm waiting for 20%, and I'm going to trim a little bit more off those contracts I bought. Okay, hey, look, break even is good. Break even is good. Break even is what we want to see. It's better than losing 20%. So all good. I mean, it's still some time on DIA, in my opinion. But let's see. I'm waiting for it to lose 345.23. Hey Alex, are you still in SYM? Let me double check to see how that's doing. Yeah, SYM has got that reject. It did try to break 40.21 like we talked about, but it struggled. That was a line. So that's again, we talk about this one all the time. I recommend it to anybody. A smooth moving average. I just put the pink line here to watch it, but it is a smooth moving average line. I believe it was the 15-minute time frame.
With YouTube primetime channels, you can watch Paramount Plus, Starz,
So, well, 13-minute time frame. Sorry.
right on YouTube.
So 13-minute time frame. You can see it was tweezer topped and knocked back down. That's the line. It is looking like it wants to try to push. It's got double check volume. This is SYM we're talking about now. This is for you, Alex. You were looking at this one. Let's see. It is holding the 9 EMA. Check volume. Volume is trying to... It's not really pushing. I don't know if it's going to hold the 9 EMA. It may come down on DIA. No, excuse me, on SYM. But if it does cup a little bit and start to push back up, it did get a little bit of a tweezer bottom here. So there are buyers trying to step in. It's just slow. It needs to break that downtrend. And then from there, you might see a little bit of a push for it to try to break 40.21 again. Oh, you good. You got calls for September. All right, you're looking all right. What strike? What strike on SYM? Wanna do that? Let's see. 441.44. Yeah, Apple trying to come down some more. Everything coming down. Everything coming down. That was a bull trap of bull traps right here. Look at that. Okay, yeah, good job. Good job. You're looking good. So 40 close to the money. Nice. Now, you just got to get the follow through. I think you will. So you'll be in the money. It is getting that breakout above the triangle that it's in. It is holding above the 9 EMA. You need that 40.21 to break. If you see some struggle in there, you might want to consider just taking a little bit of profit. But remember, take profits on the way up. If you got multiple, if you only got a couple contracts, it's okay. But if you have multiple, yeah, you're looking all right on SYM. 40. So I got a target about $41.50, $42 short term. If you're talking about holding it longer, you should look nice if you break above here. You probably be in the 100% plus range. If we break 40.21, that's what you're looking for. I'd pay closer attention for that far out. Pay closer attention to the 15-minute time frame, and then you should be golden. Not financial advice, you know how we do. All right. Yeah, SPY is that's just textbook bull trap. Came up, came right back down, and it's going back to 44.40. But again, it's going to be a range trade situation before the SPY decide what it wants to do. Ultimately, everybody's still watching the bull this head and shoulders. Everybody's watching it. There's not a lot of people that are like, oh, SPY is bullish right now. So overall, until it actually breaks the neckline, in reality, it's everything's a trap. So you got to be a little bit patient with it. I mean, you can scalp it in and out, quick, but the move is down right now until we break 444. So everybody's watching. 4-hour time frame. Sluggish bone though. Let's see. Head and shoulders. There it is. Head and shoulders. Everybody's looking at it on the 4-hour. Let's move out. Let's get rid of this. It is in a bullish pattern, but it is also in a bearish pattern, which means it's exactly what we're seeing. 441.27 is the hold line. If it breaks 441.27, it's going to complete another move to the downside. But 441.27, if it holds 441.27, I'm looking for a continuation. So I would probably buy calls if it holds above 441.27. So I'm going to mark it off. I'm going to mark it purple, old school style, so I can see it quick. 441.27. And I'm going to mark this off. Purple, thin line. Boom, that's my level. And I'm going to mark off 447. Let's go a little further back. Let's see, AMC coming back down. Nah, David, that's what it is. This is designed to be what it is right now. They want to trap as many people that's a little overzealous as they can. So, gotta protect yourself. It's like boxing, protect yourself at all times. That's what it is right now. Let's see, DIA is now up 20% on those puts. So we're looking good. I'm gonna hold those. I did trim a couple contracts down to 8. All right, let's see if SPY can hold 441.27, and then we'll start to see how things might play out going forward. But right now, it's not looking good. It did get a bounce. On 441.27, it might try to turn around here, but if it needs to be confirmed above the 90 MA on the 5-minute, which is at about 441.87. So you might get a little something like this: bull trap, bear trap, bear trap, bull trap. Come back down to 440. That's what I'm expecting for the SPY today. Just straight up bull trap, bear trap, come back up to 443, and then fall. In my opinion, high possibility of that happening, but we'll see. You need to see how it reacts again if it tries to get back up above 443, excuse me. But that line, the green line that I have marked here, also coincides with the sell order block that's sitting up here in purple and blue. So, but again, 441.27 is a big area to hold on SPY. Very important location. All right, here goes SPY. It's heading down toward that 441.27 mark again. Yeah, easy to get burned right now. Let's see if my little drawing plays out. But 441.27 is a big level. Let me actually move this a little bit. It's a little too high up. So it'd be like, no, not that. This. Be something like that. Yeah, no, maybe even a little lower, like this. dip under 441.27 a little bit, come back up, be rejected by the 21 EMA. When it gets about here, come back down and just might push and break down. That's what I'm looking at possibly. Tesla to $80, really. He loses shares of collateral for his loans to buy Twitter. He's going to get a margin call, and it's probably going to be a hostile takeover of Tesla. I don't know about all that, man. I mean, it's a possibility. Yeah, that's pretty cruel, all right. I mean, that's the game they play. But here we go. It's gonna test 441.27. If it doesn't hold, it's coming down. For a quick second before it goes up again, and this is why nobody will really make any money, and that's why a lot of people are probably just not going to trade. So we gotta play where the money's at. There you go. That's another bounce off 441.27. Still trying to hold. Still trying to fight it. Double check the oscillators on this thing. Selling pressure starting to weaken. If we look at the MACD, histogram is starting to show going from red to lighter color red here. So it's trying to get some upside pushing. No confirmations yet, but let's go to the 3-minute. It's trying to turn around at 441.27. Not confirmed yet. RSI is trying to get above the signal line, getting across. Let's check the 5-minute. That's the 3. Let's check the 5. 5 got a long way to go before it gets up there. Probably going to be rejected, but we'll see. So it's a Best Buy for you right now. Amazon's trying to fight, holding that 132.15 for Amazon. Still having trouble getting above it and back into the bilateral triangle. QQQ still looks like it wants to come down some more. Apple still trying to fight it. Does not want to accept that it's coming down to come test the 200 EMA. So this is not ready yet. Nvidia is looking like it wants to push. Nvidia has now reclaimed, I'll put Nvidia on the bigger chart. Nvidia has actually now reclaimed the bull channel again. It's come out of it multiple times and now it's back into it. This is crazy. Nvidia is the most, I don't know what to even call Nvidia anymore. They won't let it come. They just won't let it go. Every time you get bearish on it, it just finds a way to get bullish again. Well, it's a support location and also a fib location. So it's a Fibonacci, important Fibonacci spot. I'll go back to it in 1 second here. Alright, Nvidia is just trying to hold that 9 EMA on the daily. But 445, 451, probably coming down there if it doesn't hold on. Try to go test the 21 EMA. Let's see. So we'll pull up SPY.
YouTube Premium is ad-free YouTube and the YouTube Music app all together. Try 1 month free.
Let me get rid of this for now. Okay. There you go. It's a better track for me right there. All right, so going back here. We talk about the smooth moving average on a couple different occasions. It's also a Fibonacci location. But we'll just look at the smooth moving average. It's all we really need to see. And that's why I always stress it for the people to start really looking at it. But let me just take this off. Head and shoulders. Let me remove the lines. Drawings. That should be enough. So this gray line is a smooth moving average. You can see how when it respects this line, the price is respected. Also, you got to make sure that if you're using this method, you got to make sure that the after hours is also taken into consideration. So you got to keep that on. But if you notice how it respects it, tried to touch it, tried to break through, was rejected, comes down, comes up, breaks through it, and you run. Comes back down, you fall through it very hard. You come back to it, you break up. Right now we're sitting right on top of that same line. This does all the work for us. It's roughly at that same spot, 441.27, 441.30. In that same spot. If it breaks below this line, it's going down the same way it did in the past. All right, and this is why I keep that one in place. You can see how it bounced off here a couple times before breaking through that line, and the downside just continued. And it's the same concept. That's how I know it's a very important line to hold. You can see orders down up here to sell it off. These are all sell orders. If sell orders are not filled, or are filled, I should say, that's going to push the price back down. They were pushed up here. Sellers pushed it down hard. We try to break up into it again. The sell orders are way too great. It's pushing it down. So right now, this downside looks like it wants to move. It wants to go in that direction. But at the same time, you have 921 crosses to the upside, which is a bullish signal. So right now, like, this is why you get this whole back and forth between the two locations. The SPY can't make up its mind until it either goes up, breaks this line, and goes down. So until that happens, until the choice is made, we're going to get a lot of chop, and this is how you get burnt on picking long locations, and that's what we're trying to avoid. So that's why I say watch whatever positions you're in, because we're in no man's land right now until the SPY makes a decision on which one it wants to go. If these orders don't get filled, this is a big sell order area. If these don't get filled and we don't break to the upside above 444, 445, the move in reality is still down. And like I said before, everyone is still watching that head and shoulders. That's what everybody's looking for, and everybody's looking to play that. So until it's broken above 445, everything's bearish. It's quick scalps throughout until that's broken. In and out until this is no longer true. So right now it's looking good from a longer time frame perspective, the 4-hour chart. But on the shorter time frames, everybody wants to push this thing back down, and this target to the downside would be $404. And this is where all the buyers are waiting to step in. So it's no man's land right now, really. Quick in and out, make a couple of dollars, get off. Don't try to hold overnight until a decision is made. This is a bearish setup. Everyone is aware of that part. Usually if it's inverse, you'll see that it's a bullish setup. But if you break this lower one, this is what we bounced off of, which is this lower smooth moving average. We're still in bullish territory on this aspect of it. But you break this one at 433, 432, this thing is going down hard. So that's what I pay attention to the most. For the most part, Fibonacci's are really good. They're just a little bit slower. So I have other indicators to help me move a little quicker and make quicker decisions. That's part of a lot of the things that we go over in the trading group. Let's go back and double check DIA. I'm still up on my position on those. It's great to see. So I'm about to let those ride. Right now I'm up 18%. It's a slow mover, so I'm not expecting big moves to happen right away. It's going to take a while. But We'll see. This SYM move, double bottom right on top of the smooth moving average. They're trying to hold it in this area, but there's a lot of buyers that want to push this thing up higher. So it's in a very, very good spot. Just needs to hold this area, but if it does break above that 440, that $40.21, $40.50 move, this thing could really start to go. $49 is a possibility. So, good one, Alex. There goes Nvidia back in the bull channel again. Nvidia is now bullish again. Apple's trying to break this downtrend. It might just do it. Let's see. Let me double check Tesla. It's, Zogan is talking about it's about to go to $80. Let me see. Because Elon owes money. Let's find out about that. What are y'all giving me, man? You're giving me some other songs. Let's go back to 93. Go, but take it back to 1993. 93 was a good year. Let's check HKD. Man, HKD just needs to just go, man. I know you want to go. You just got to just do it. Just got to do it. Oh, man. HKD's right there, yo. Just go. Just make that move.
You can use different shapes to create completely different vibes and aesthetics. Or you can create your own graphic. I use the shape composition here. Just import any SVG file and set it as a shape mask. Nice. Next up, we'll keep it moving with the hover box. You can use it to animate any element and create these really eye-catching interactions. And what I love is that the level of control you get here is crazy precise. You can set your animation ease, scale size, and position to create this really dope effect. Third, we've got the mega menu. This not only lets you organize your site menu into different subcategories, but it also looks amazing when you add in different elements like text, buttons, images.
Hey, what is this commercial? Come on, y'all. Let's take it back. Let's take it back to 93. Come on. There you go. Yeah. It's real 1993 right here. All right, let's see. Spy trying to, yeah, there's a bounce. Spy's trying to hold this area again, like we just talked about. The volume is actually starting to pick up to the upside. It's trying to break the 9 EMA. If it gets and claims it, we might be in position for puts for calls again. It's just range trading back and forth between those two areas. It's possible that we can get a move to. I might actually, you know what? It's not confirmed yet. I'm gonna have to go longer out. I'm not gonna go for right away. I might go for, what's today's date? The 28th. It's looking good. Let's go for some calls on SPY, just for short term. Not 0 DTEs. We'll go for 1 DTE SPY. 442 calls. Not financial advice. Be very careful. 1 DTE for tomorrow. 442 calls. I like how it's holding that level. It didn't break it. It's trying to push the 90 MA. Volume is starting to come to the upside. Wait for a little bit of a test, and then I'll grab it. But I'm going to give myself till at least tomorrow for it at 442. Yeah, it's going to go. So 442 calls at the money. Simple, quick money. Get in, get out. So just grab some 442 calls for tomorrow. I should start seeing a little volume come in. It's just need it's a starter position for the most part. We'll see if we can get a little something off of it. It's right at the 90 MA. If it does come down to possibly retest a little bit of a higher low, then I'll be looking to add a little bit more to the position to DCA or dollar cost average on it. But as long as it's above that 441.27, it's gonna push in my opinion. Let's see if buying volume starts to support the upside move. Right now I'm up 3% on the calls on SPY. $97. Let's see. Like how QQQ is starting to turn around a little bit. I'm liking how Amazon is reclaiming that level. Looks like it wants to try to push back into the setup here. Now we're starting to form a dragon. Amazon could push. Yeah, it's looking good. SPY's getting some momentum going. Broke above the 21 EMA. Yeah, it's starting to push all right. Free money, up 10%. Got some free money out here. They want to give it up. They want to give us money. Let's take it. Yeah, I have to play this song more often when I'm trading. It's the perfect trading song, man. Some nice volume coming in on Amazon. Harmonic style buying. Yeah, it's looking good. Everything's starting to look bullish. Here we go. If I get a nice break and clean break over the 21 EMA on the SPY, we're looking solid. Let's see, can I get a clean break over it and close? Get a close over it. Got 50 seconds left on this candle. Can I get a close over 21 EMA SPY? Waiting for SPY to close above 441.92. 441.92. Can you get a close above it? You got 35 seconds. 441.92. Let's see what Apple is doing. Apple did get a breakout of that falling wedge, which is great. Good to see it. It's good to see that falling wedge was broken. It's now back up with a 90 EMA. That should help the SPY push up. However, the SPY is at 8 seconds to break and hold a 21 EMA, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, and it's not holding. Let's see if it got a new minute candle. Can it make a higher high on that short little area? Let's see. All right, Joe, you're gonna have to go. All right, let's see. Stay within the bad boy family for a little bit.
eFarm, a new way of making money that's taking the internet.
There we go. A little black rob. I think I'm gonna enter some calls for Amazon as well. Let's go 133s for Amazon. Actually, let me wait. I don't know about that. Let me wait. I'm just gonna probably wait till afternoon because they want to. They're bull trap it again. Here we go. Little SPY. I stopped out already. Let's see here. SPY's got rejected. It did not close above the 21 moving average. It's looking like it wants to go retest 27. I'm stopped out. Here it goes, breaking 427. Is it gonna break it? Is it going to break it? Can it break 427? It's trying. Up. It's broken 427. It's right there. Look at this candle. Oh, I'm already out of my calls, but that's great. I'm in profit. Thank God for stop losses. Let's go. Look at this flush. Look at this flush. Wow, look at this flush. Oh, man. Look at this flush, though. Holy goodness, man. Look at this flush. Yep. Hey, David, that's it right there. That's what they call FU candles. That flush was mean. But it is on the 441.27. It's not regaining it. It's not regaining it. It's gonna come down. If it does not regain it, it's fighting. It's trying. Look at that long wick. But that was a high volume push down. It's trying to regain it. Got 1 minute and 33 seconds left on this candle. Let's see. Wow, what a flush. Man. QQQ came down. How'd Amazon do? Luckily, I didn't get into those Amazon calls. Amazon is still trying to hold that 132.15. It looks like it just broke it, though. Amazon's going to come down to 131.50. Yep, that's it. It's put season. It did not hold the area. It's below. We need 50 seconds left. If it can't hold in the next 50 seconds above 441.27, this volume in the downside is picking up on the sell candle. Goodness gracious. 40 seconds left. Are you going to hold? Are you going to hammer or are you going to hold? What are you doing? 35 seconds left. Is it going to close underneath 441.27? This is definitely wild. That was another bull trap. 18 seconds. Up. It's going to give up. It's giving up. Up. That's it. So the move is down. The move is down. I'm out the SPY calls. Move is down. It's puts in this case. That's it. It's done. Switching to puts on everything. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple's coming down. Everything's coming down. Nvidia has somehow reclaimed the bull channel that it's been in. Came under it real quick, got right back into it. It's trying to hold that area. And they're trying to get everybody hemmed up over here on these things. Let's see. Yeah, that was wild. High volume selling pressure. Twice today. One up here, one right here. 2 times. Just like the U-shape push downs. Yep. We're going to go test that 200 EMA. Pretty much a wrap. 200 EMA sits at about 440 and 50 cents. So 440 puts to be the move. Because that's where it's going. There's no way it comes back up now. Positive volume just flipped to the downside. Rejected at the RSI. Rejected at the MACD. Yep, 440.50 is the next target to the downside. Yep, there goes Amazon breaking. Looking for 131.50 on Amazon. Let's see. Yep, smooth puts, 440 puts a payout right now. I'm out. I'm not touching it right now. But this will be good for my DIA. Let's double check my DIA. I haven't looked at it a little bit. I was up safely, and I'm still expecting it to run down. Let's see. DIA is trying to do a little fake out move though. I don't know what's going on with DIA right now. I'm still comfortably up 15% on DIA, so not really concerned with this move, but I'm still waiting for it to come down to 343. Man, what a flush. But a lot of stock. It's coming down to test the 200 moving average, or 200 EMA. Let's double check the cabin cross check real quick. It's below the 50 moving average. That was a rejection. So yeah, that's where you're going. 440. Look out. Separate the wheat from the obsolete. Hard to creep these Brooklyn streets. Yep, 440.50. That's where the money is. That's where it's going. There's no way it's not coming back up anytime soon. So it looks gonna bleed out That's where you find, if you find support, it'll be around 440.50, perhaps even lower, 440 flat. But in my opinion, puts are to play. Positive volume is flipped to the downside. No more positive volume here. This is flip confirmation to the downside. So until 440.50 actually hits, we're not going to see a bounce, in my opinion. Let's see, how's everything else doing? Amazon's still trying to fight it. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold DIA. That's it. It's just SPY is just too erratic right now for me. SPY, QQQ. I'll probably see what's up for the second half of the day. See what kind of money is out there. But DIA right now is my bread and butter right now for today. And sometimes you can't look at all the plays. Sometimes you gotta just take the money where it's best for you. Because you get days like this, and that's okay. You know, it's part of the game. You know, took a slight win on the SPY calls. Those 442s went up 10%. Stop loss hit, trailing stop hit. So I left out with 10%. A quick base hit, and but my DIA is pushing nicely, so that should make up for the rest of it. And I think I probably catch something in the afternoon hour. But there goes SPY, still falling. 440.50 is coming right up, which is again a test of the EMA, the 200 EMA on the 5-minute. So yeah, David, you should be if you are in it, I would pay attention to 440.50 to see how it responds there. But that's where it's going before you see any kind of a bounce. All right, let's see it hit. Most likely gonna hit by lunchtime. Definitely, Wall Street goes on lunch on these hours, so I'll probably let it just ride down. Not really gonna be watching any any positions. I might take a quick break for a little while. I'll be back for round 2 later on in the afternoon. There's another attempt on SPY to try and break that 441.27 mark. In my opinion, that's not gonna break. It's not gonna break at all. That would actually be a spot to average down on puts. Here comes Apple still. Oh, Apple finally got the touch of the 200 EMA, so Apple might be able to start to do something here. So it did test the 200 EMA on Apple on the 5-minute. It might try to start to reverse a little bit. Which potentially would carry the rest of the market up, but not with Nvidia coming back down and breaking the bull channel again. So Nvidia coming down, Tesla breaking down below the smooth moving average, which is a bad sign. Only buyers waiting here are around the 234 mark. So Tesla puts to 234 would be nice. I don't see it coming back up and breaking above that yet. Apple, this looks like it wants to turn around, so calls short term for Apple. But I wouldn't even touch Apple right now. Yeah, I'm not touching anything. I'll let this moves play out, man. So I'll be back going into the afternoon hours, pre-closing. Let's say somewhere around the 2 to 4 mark. Check it out, see how things are going at that point. Maybe we can find a little play to get into, make a little money there. But right now, I think we're heading down. I don't see this thing coming back up. 440 is the next target to the downside. Even if the blue chips decide to make something happen, that's where I think we're going. Tesla is still going to try to figure out if it wants to come up or down. Everything is kind of in no man's land right now. You just can't really call it. Yeah, Spy is gonna keep trying to get above that 441.27. Remember that number, because that's where everything is at. It might break it, but then your next test is at 441.40, which is a 9 EMA. If it doesn't break the 441.40, it's coming back down. It's just gonna be a fake out. You'll get another one of these U-shaped rejections, maybe even another sell candle, the FU sell candle like that we got a few minutes ago. But here we go, trying to break 441.27. But I'd be very cautious in playing. You're going to get a lot of wicks. A lot of wicks, of volume wicks at that 441.27 mark. It's a very, very key level. So you can see how it's trying to push through it. But if volume doesn't support the move, it's not going anywhere. Let's see if it gets to 441.40. I typically don't like that. Around Wall Street lunchtime, I typically don't do any new trades. If I have something that's playing out from earlier on in the day, I'll let that continue to play. But once Wall Street goes on lunch, you gotta look at that as a lower volume portion of the day. So most moves won't be made around that time, unless they're bleed out moves. But which we're just about 4 minutes going, we're probably going to be heading into the Wall Street lunch. So you probably get a lot of stagnant movement or slow bleeds. Speaking of slow bleeds, let's take a look at AMC real quick. What's AMC up to in the meantime? Let's see. 1192. Yeah, we still got another 20% down to go. How's GME looking? Anything with GME? GME got its nice little pop this morning, and it's coming back down. I still think GME is going to $14. So not impressed by that move today. Nice to see, but yeah, it's thinking short-lived. That's based off of Chewy, in my opinion. Chewy had a little move today, and because they got earnings coming up, so Chewy is somewhat a sympathy type of move. But Chewy is actually a good company that actually does something. So, but that's the move. It's very similar to what GME is going through. Now Chewy's selling off, so GME is following. SPY, let's see if SPY can get above that 441.40 area. Everything's kind of trying to bounce off of its 200 moving average on the 5-minute. It's trying to push. Apple's trying to push. It might try to go. What's this? Tesla did bounce off this smooth moving average. Nvidia is holding the bull channel again. Nvidia just will not die. Let's see if SPY is turning around. It did push 441, but it has not. The candle hasn't closed yet. So this is where a lot of people get hemmed up. Is that the closing candle needs to actually close, and we got 1 minute and 21 seconds. So that's exactly what happened up here on this flush. It didn't close above the 21 EMA. So by the time it closed, that's when the flush came right in. So this is where people get bull trapped. So right now it's still got 1 minute left on that candle, and if that candle doesn't close above 441.27 or 441.40, it's gonna flush hard again. So we'll see what happens in a few seconds here. You need to see confirmation on these moves. That's a 3-minute cross, going on a 3-minute cross above the 9 EMA on the 3-minute. And it might try. It's trying for it. Here it goes. 21 EMA on the 3-minute, is at 441.54. So we'll see if that can push through. If it goes through there, you might have a shot. But these bull traps out here are not a game. Then I'd be looking for that 21 EMA push again if we get a closing candle right now. 10 seconds left on this candle. Here we go. 10 seconds on this. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's up. It's below 441 now. So technically, it did close above the 9 EMA, which is a good sign. So it looks like it was trying to turn around. The next test is going to be at the 21 EMA on the 5-minute, which is at 441.70. So if it doesn't get up there, and the momentum is really low, and now we are officially in Wall Street lunch break. So it's going to be a lower volume portion of the day. So we probably start seeing some kind of stagnant price movement. So if it falls down, there's going to be no buying pressure most likely, and it's going to start to fall and trickle down towards 441.27, and then looking to possibly go back, like I said before, 440.50. Hasn't made it down there yet, but I think there's still a chance for it to go there. I always love this beat right here. This beat is fire. So put the roots on the map for me. Everybody always thought that was Erykah Badu singing that part, but found out that was Eve. Crazy. So she was the vocalist on the background on this track on the hook. So I thought that was actually really interesting. Nvidia. Apple's trying to push back up, and SPY is crazy. Hey, but listen, guys, I'm gonna be back later on, roughly around the 2 o'clock hour, about 2 hours before the close. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe, check us out on the way up. If you like the more entries of some of the plays that we take, and also some positive information on how we go about trading the charts. A lot of education in there, some good traders, some good opportunities as well. Links should be in the description for that. But I will be back a little later on for the afternoon stream. And they will SPY breaking 441.27. Up, it's trying to hold it, I should say. So, a very key area. It's above it right now. Got some time. Let it play out. Let it do what it's going to do. But I'll be back a little later, everybody. All right. Good luck on the trades if he's taking any in this little time frame. All right. David, Alex, Divine, all you guys in here. Appreciate you. Talk to you later. Peace.